Hello, good people. My name is April Starks, and I am the lead training partner and counseling specialist with Olive Tree Resources. I wanted to come and do this video to explain and to share an awesome opportunity that we're providing this year for our parents of teens. And it is entitled Power Parenting Sessions. And I wanted to give some insight into what those sessions will consist of and what power parenting is. The P stands for parents, of course, because that's who we're targeting here. And the O is for overcoming. There are some things that we know we have to overcome as parents. And there is no set cookie cutter format to parenting. It's an individual journey and experience, and no one can tell your story like you can as a parent. We're thankful for parents who nurture their children and take the time to help them grow in this world. And it can be difficult, but kudos to you. We want to thank all of our parents. We appreciate you, and we have to build each other up because sometimes it is overwhelming, but we will most definitely overcome. And it's better when we can overcome together and just share with each other. So these interactive sessions will definitely do that. We'll be able to dialogue with each other and to bounce off of each other and to sometimes just even express. A lot of times you don't necessarily want someone to give you this equation of an answer, but you just want to have someone hear you, that you're being heard in the midst of your situation. And these platforms will provide that when we offer these sessions. So we will overcome. That's the O. The W is for wisdom. There are wisdom keys and wisdom points and wisdom nuggets, I would like to call them, that we have throughout our life, and we need to share those. And we have to continue to water the ground of our children, even when sometimes the ground seems that it gets very hard. We still have to water that ground with the wisdom that we provide. And then recognizing we have to partner with other adults who have wisdom and allow our children to know that it's okay to lend an ear to another trusted voice. Someone who's not going to steer them in the wrong direction, but who's going to provide wisdom for life. And they're at a ripe stage. They want to hear that wisdom, sometimes from someone else. And that's just how it goes. As parents, we're thinking, wow, why aren't they listening to me? And we a lot of times see our relationship with our teens shift when they move into that stage of life. But it's a part of it. They're growing up. So we're going to have to take those steps. I know from experience, I have three teenagers. I have an 18-year-old, I have a 17-year-old, and I have a 13-year-old. So I have been through it and am in it. And I recognize the significance of my children needing someone else to talk to, needing someone else to share with them advice. I've given them advice for 12 years. Once they hit 13, they kind of like, here she go. And you've probably experienced that as well. As a parent, they're like, oh, they're rolling their eyes, and they act like they half want to hear you, and someone else can tell them the same thing you said, and they're like, that's the greatest thing in the world. And you're sitting there thinking, I've been telling you that. But it's okay. Don't take it personal. It's a part of their growth and development. So we have to allow ourselves to grow in that process as well as parents, and kind of let them go just a little bit, as long as they're in trusted hands. And we're striving to be one of those services to partner with parents to be a trusted source for them, to allow their children to come to Olive Tree Resources for counseling, to come to Olive Tree Resources for our leadership and development program, so that we can help them navigate adolescence, which is a very integral high priority time of life. And so we want to help them with that. The E is for education. So we as parents have to continue to educate ourselves about our children, ways to connect with them, even when those transitions take place. One thing that I'm very passionate about is the facilitation of real colors. That is a personality temperament model that I am certified to facilitate. I love that model. There's so many models out there, so I wouldn't sit here and compare one better than the other, but I will say this is a very simplistic temperate model that I have gravitated to, and it does wonders. It's a game changer to understanding your teen and your teen understanding you. So you could also visit our website, olivetreepartner.com, to find out more information about real colors. Just click on the teams tab or the leadership tab, and you'll see the real colors link there. If you need more information, we can set up individualized sessions with parents to take the assessment with their families so that they are gaining the information and the education to better nurture their relationship. Check it out. The R is for resources, and we are striving to be one of those resources. There are many resources, but we know that we're one of those resources, providing light, hope, wealth, and healing for this generation and taking our young people to the next level as they move into young adulthood. And so we just want to share what Power Parenting sessions will be like. And I'm going to give you a quick overview of the topics that we're going to have coming up beginning in March. We're meeting the first Tuesday of every month. So this is the first Tuesday of February. So that's why I wanted to come and just do an intro video, an informational video to let you know what power parenting sessions would be like and what they consist of. And then starting in March the 2nd will be our first session for 2021. And I'm loving this session. I'm going to try not to get into a rant about it, but it's one of my favorite topics to discuss with parents. And it is why your teen is no longer your baby. They're no longer your baby. They're growing up. And you know how we say, words are powerful. And when people speak things or put labels on you, it can really impact you. Well, I would like to submit to our parents that when we have our children who are psychologically, mentally maturing, and even physically changing and maturing, and we continue to call them baby, what is that doing to them psychologically? So that's why when you introduce them, you're like, oh, this is my baby. And they start rolling their eyes and looking funny and shrinking and embarrassed, right? It's why? It's because they're like, oh my gosh, this label is still on me as a baby, and I'm really trying to grow up. Everything within them is cringing because everything in them is maturing and growing up past baby stage. They're now in adolescence. So if you even study and look at, when I talk about education, power parenting, when you even look at the stages of life, when they enter adolescence, there is a great shift. There's a quantum leap happening during adolescence. And so we don't want to stifle them into being our baby. They're no longer your baby. I'm sorry to tell you that. So we're going to talk about that in March. Join me for that discussion, because sometimes as parents, we have to even look inwardly to see what is it that is not allowing us to release our children and hold on to them being babies. Because sometimes internally, there's actually some things going on with us that makes us continue to stay stuck in that stage and to keep them stuck in that stage as our baby. So we're going to talk about that. Then in April 6th, we're going to talk about spilling the tea. It's some conversations we need to have with our children that may be uncomfortable. We don't want to talk about, but we have to find a way to talk about them. And that's where our wisdom comes in, because we have to determine when, where, how to talk to our teens about certain things, because every child's different. My oldest son, there are things that I can talk to him probably sooner and more candid than I can with my younger son, because they're different. And so I have to use wisdom in approaching them. And so we're going to talk about that so we can really help each other and to see what it is and how it is we need to share information with our children. In May the 4th, we're going to talk about social media and our teens and how to help them structure healthy boundaries and rules of engagement for themselves. We can't monitor them 24/7, even though we may try to at times. It's very exhausting. But there are strategies and means and resources that we can educate ourselves and then implement them into our family structure that will help them gain a clear path of how they will live out their life in relationship to social media, because it's not going anywhere. But we're going to help them gain the victory of that with some power. I'm putting my muscles up with some power. We're going to help them do that, and not a dogmatic, forceful, power, but with power meaning strength, confidence, the information that they need to excel in certain things. That's the type of power parenting that we want to display. And then on June the 2nd, we're going to talk about, does your team know more than you? This generation, let me tell you, they're resilient and they are savvy. And so, what we want to do is develop them. We want to pull out that leader in them. And Olive Tree Resources is here to do that. Our mission, one of our purposes on this planet, is to embrace, empower, and elevate leaders. The future generations is in need of our services. And therefore, we are here to partner with parents to provide those things for our teens. So we're looking forward to you joining us. If you have additional questions, you can always reach out to us at teenlife at olivetreepartner.com. Teenlife at olivetreepartner.com, and we'll be glad to answer any questions that you have about our services and or the program that we're offering and or the parenting sessions that we offer. And our website is olivetreepartner.com. olivetreepartner.com. So thank you all so much for taking time to watch this video to find out what will be happening with parenting, our Power Parenting sessions. And you can always go to the website as well to see what the topic is again for the month, so that hopefully you will be able to join us either via Zoom, Facebook, or YouTube. Now, if you're going to join in the Zoom, which is more interactive because we'll be in that room and in that space where we can dialogue, you'll need to go to the website and register for the Power Parenting session for that particular month, and then we will send you the invite link to the session. So thank you. We're looking forward to partnering with parents and helping our teens move to greater levels in their development and helping families be stronger. Talk to you soon.